Hi everyone, my name's Pan and welcome to another edition of Bluebird Corner, the Cardiff City Fans podcast. Today's show, we're going to look ahead to Cardiff City's first game of the season in League One at home to Peterborough United. So the kickoff is 12:30, so don't forget the earlier kickoff on Saturday as it's live on Sky Sports. So we're going to look ahead to the fixture. We've spoken to a few fans from Peterborough, got an insight into their team this season, what side they're likely going to start with, look at what Cardiff City are going to put out, and also do a little prediction of where we think or how we think the result will be. So, Peterborough United are coming down. They've sold nearly 1,000 tickets, which is fantastic. So they'll probably be leaving London Road area around 6 a.m. to get here. So there will be a good atmosphere down there, expecting a crowd of between 16 and 17,000. And Peterborough will probably their fans will be looking forward to coming down because their record against us is very impressive. In 30 previous fixtures, we've only won 7, drawn 7 and lost the rest. So their fans will be pretty optimistic they're going to get a result. There's been some interesting games over the years. If you've been listening to my previous podcast where I look back at a previous season, we did a podcast last week for the 87-88 season. And there was that famous game at London Road where we took the lead 3 times, but ended up losing the game 4-3. And then a similar kind of game, as in goals in the game, was at London Road in 2009, where that game finished 4-4. So let's hope there's some goals like that, but we end up on the winning side on Saturday. I mean, Darren Ferguson is the manager of Peterborough United. It's the 4th time he's been the manager of Peterborough. Obviously, the famous dad is Alex Ferguson, and Darren Ferguson is done really well at Peterborough. The whole setup there is fantastic. They've got Barry Fry, I think, he's still involved as a director of football, part of the recruitment team, and their owner's been at the club for 18 years, which is 3 years more than Tan. Peterborough won't be, told to their fans, they're not too optimistic. Last season, it wasn't really a great season. They've lost their best player, Poku, who's gone to QPR. He wanted to go back to London, and he was the main player. Unfortunately, he was out contract, but I think they got under £1 million, negotiated a fee, but could have got 6 or 7 if he had 2 or 3 years left of his contract. So that's a blow for Peterborough. But their business model there is fantastic. I mean, over the last 10, 15 years, they've probably brought in multi-million pounds of transfer fees. They're bringing in players on a free or on the cheap, and they're selling them on within 2 years for 2 to 4, 5 million pounds. So they really probably are the best run club off the field in League One. But they do obviously sell their better players, as Poco has gone, and also Mothersville has also gone to Stockport. So Cardiff City off the field, as we all know, has been pretty negative as regards to signings. By the time I've done this pod, we may have signed our first player. Nathan Trott was expected to sign from Copenhagen, the 6'2" goalkeeper born in Bermuda, ex-West Ham, and England under 20 internationally may well have signed, but he probably won't start. But it has been really quiet. A number of players left as we expected. We're losing 8 to 10 million pounds, obviously, by being relegated. So a lot of the players on big salaries who were out of contract weren't going to be re-signed. But obviously the big surprise or shock really so far is O'Dowda going for 1.5 million to Hungarian side. He was our best player last season. That's a blow. So if we were the worst side in Championship last year and we've lost probably our best player, then all you could say is that we're weaker than last season. So, a lot of fans I've spoken to are not optimistic at all as it stands. And when I'm doing a podcast, obviously, on the League One predictor as well, if you've seen that, or you're going to see that, then you may be shocked or a little bit surprised where I've got Cardiff City finishing in League One. So let's have a look ahead to the two sides. Cardiff City, first of all, they'll probably start with Alnwick in goals. Capaccio may well be the right back because NG's injured, although Kapakia really is more of an effective wing back. But if he does play, then you've got Bagan on the left. Chambers is suspended, so Fish will probably be joined by Lawler, I hope, instead of Darland, who I don't rate at all. And Lawler, of what we've seen of him in pre-season, looks a really, real promising player, Caerphilly-born player, and I just hope he gets a run of games. So Chambers, I think, obviously he's played in defence a pre-season, but I do like him. I prefer him as a CDM, but Winter will obviously play the 6, possibly Tanner on the wing, and then you're looking at Robertson, who's had stitches in an ankle, should be okay to start, although Turnbull's there as well. And then you've got a front 3 of Ruben Colwell, Salic, and Callum Robinson. As for Peterborough, they're expected to start in goals with Bass, with Mills, Johnston, Walling, and Hughes in the back 4. Archie Collins is probably their best player, the midfielder. He will be in the midfield alongside players like Keeler, de Havilland, and Hayes. And then up front is likely going to be 12-goal last season Odo. But Lisby has been informed, the striker, pre-season, so Ferguson may go with 2 up front, but being away from home, he's more likely to start with 1 up front. And in terms of the game, obviously it is a difficult one, isn't it? Because it's the first game of the season. City fans' feeling I'm getting is that we're not optimistic as it stands how we're going to get on this season. It is going to be an interesting one. Talking to Peterborough fans, they're hoping to get a draw at best. They're expecting Cardiff City to win. They think that we've got a better team than they have. But that's all well and good on paper. Our home record last season was shocking, as we know, only 7 wins. And we really need to get off to a good start. It'll be interesting how BBM sets up the team, the high press we've seen in pre-season. Let's hope that continues. Certainly Ruben Colwell's been on form, Salic. And we need those players scoring goals. We certainly need a lot more goals than we did last season to be highly competitive in this league. So looking at the 2 sides and how we think it's going to pan out, we're going to go for Cardiff City 2, Peterborough United 1, goals from Ruben Colwell and Salic, and probably Odo to score for Peterborough. It won't be an easy win, but certainly a win it would be great for the fans. We need to get off to a good start. Peterborough, realistically, are not expected to be much higher than 16th this season. As I said, they have got a couple of real quality players in Collins and Odo, and Lisby's on form. But squad-wise, if we perform to our best, we should get a win. So just to let you know, if you do subscribe, which is free, you're going to be new subscribers going to be in the draw for the £250 gift card draw, which we're doing on the 1st of August, which is a Friday. So please, if you do subscribe for free, you're going to be in that draw for that gift card. So thanks very much for watching Bluebird Corner. And we'll certainly try and do a little pod on Saturday, straight after the game. Hopefully get some goals of the game straight up so you can see those if you haven't been able to get to the game. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care.